Hello everyone and welcome to the 8th round of the GSC 100% Championship. We are at Ribeirao, Preto to finish off the final 3 rounds of the season, and we shall be getting underway in just a minute, but first we shall have a look at Ellis's pole lap as he stuck it on ball for the 5th or 6th time this season on this very tight and twisty track. Coming into the first corner is always tricky on this track as well. Very bumpy braking zone. Need to make sure you don't hit that outside wall. And then it's a quick blast into another left-hander for turn 2. And then you've got a left-right chicane just up ahead. Very tight. And not much room. You need to get right up against the wall to make sure you get through there. Then you come out onto the roundabout. Always quite tricky, especially this corner here, as it's just such a clumsy and slow corner. Ooh, Ellis was a bit up the wall there as well. Into the hairpin, past the Shell fuel station, and round there we go. Important to get a good exit out there in the race, otherwise you could lose a position. Down the final straight, and then we will have the pit lane on our right as we use that to brake and come into the final left-hander, and then follow the kink around and across the start finish line to complete our pole lap of 1 minute 8.4. So it was Ellis, Ovie and Kemp, and then it was Nigel Lee and James Reed 5th, Kramer, and then Jones, Matt By, Escobedo, Steele, Jurasek. They're all in there. That's the grid. Escobedo actually got disqualified from the race for leaving the pit lane too soon, so his qualifying performance wasn't put into use. But we're going to get ourselves sorted out and get through this last corner now. Been a lot of talk about this last corner, everyone trying to figure out how they're going to get through it in double file, but we managed to get through there safely. Wait for the green flag to go, which is now, and we are underway here in Ribeirao Preto. Ellis has got a good run actually. Kemp could be having a jump on Ovie as well. Into the Reed and Kramer have made contact. Kramer running into the back of Reed on the first corner there. I was just about to say we're going to get through this first corner safely, but no we didn't, so it's Ellis leading the field round turn 2, and then it'll be Ovie and Kemp. Lee is 4th, 5th is Matt By, 6th is Sim Steele, 7th is Andrew Jones, 8th is Miroslav Jurasek. Kramer and Reed are back there in 9th and 10th, and of course Escobedo has retired from the race. This was on board with Kramer at the start of the race. Got Reed alongside us. Kramer almost runs into the back of Lee, James Reed's teammate. And then Kramer just brakes far too late for the first corner and into the back of Reed. And then into the side of him again, whilst they're both stuck on the inside of turn 1 there. Reed rejoins and Kramer will be doing just that in just a second or two, as there we go, we get going again. So back at the front then to finish off lap 1, it's Ellis followed by Ovie and Kemp top 3. Same as, well, sort of the same as what it was at the night race last time out. Definitely the finishing order anyway. Up to the hairpin we come. Is anyone going to try and make a move? Looks like someone made contact with that outside wall back there. Around the hairpin we go. Doesn't look like anyone's making any sort of move as the rest of the field comes through. Jurasek rounding off, James Reed and Kramer. So that's lap 1 completed then, on board with Gary Kemp. As we come up to the end of lap 3, Ovie, ooh, he's very deep in that chicane, or the final corner. Not sure if you should class it as a chicane or just a left-hander with a right kink, but either way, Kemp's got a good run on Ovie as we come down the start-finish straight. Ovie pulls to the left-hand side to brake. Kemp taking the outside line, ooh, making contact with the outside wall as well. Very bumpy there. You've got to make sure that you get just the perfect line, otherwise that is what's going to happen. Back on board with Kemp, just coming out of turn 2. Can he have any sort of run into the chicane or roundabout? I don't think he's close enough at the minute. And no, Ovie's starting to get away in this second and final sector, or second and third sector I should say. Off the roundabout. Back down to the hairpin. Can Kemp have a move into the hairpin? I don't think he's going to be close enough. No, he's not. This is Jurasek. Oh, he's missed that. Has to bail out of it. James Reed goes through. Will Kramer get through as well? Not sure if Kramer got through in the end there. Got on board with Jones, Steele in the wall on the right hand side of the track. That's going to give Jones a run into this hairpin. But Steele keep it around the outside, or will Jones take the inside for the next corner? Jones takes it then. Oh, takes the place away from Steele. Off into 7th he goes. Although Steele isn't giving this place up easy. He's got a bit of a run coming into the chicane, and Jones was a bit slowy through there as well actually. Can stay on board with Steele as we come down the start-finish straight. Can he make a move coming into turn 1 or not? Jones has got the brakes locked up, Steele's got the brakes locked up. Both managed to get it slowed down just. Whoa, Jones almost running into the wall. On board with James Reed now. He's got Jones on the left, Steele on the right. Jones is struggling to get that car slowed down. Steele's got caught up behind Jones. Reed's going to get the pair of them here. Does he make the move? Will he be ahead of Jones? Yes he will. Can Steele follow through? Oh, he makes contact with Reed. Reed's in the wall again. It's going to give Steele the place back. Reed tries to slot in between Steele and Jones. He does so. Back on board with Jones. Steele's gone a bit deep. Oh, Reed has gone and hit the wall again, getting on that curve on the roundabout. Jones is all over the back of Reed at the minute. Can Jones have a run into the hairpin? I don't think he will. Too far back just at this minute. Get things slowed down. Reed taking a bit of a wider line than what Jones did, but Jones not able to do anything with it. On board with Reed, just coming up to the final corner yet again. No way through there, obviously. Now he's going to have to try and get a good run out of here, and it looks like he has done. Still moving over, not giving Reed any room at all to get through there. Reed now switching to the inside of the track to make a move. Can he get it done this time around? He's alongside, he's through, although he hasn't got it slowed down, and Steele makes some contact as well. Steele back in front of Reed. No way through for Reed just yet. Back with Kemp and Ovi. Battle for second at the minute. Kemp not able to challenge into turn 1, although he's got a good run coming into turn 2. He's not going to be able to get around the outside of here though, surely. He switches back to the inside for that. Will he try into turns 3 and 4 at the chicane? Nope, he backs out of that early and lets Ovi take that. Don't think you're going to get 2 cars wide through there. Ovi sliding around a bit. Back at the first corner again with Kemp. Ovi always takes that inside line to brake, I've noticed, and Kemp is trying the outside. Can he get him this time? Ovi doesn't look to be as quick out the corner as what Kemp was. No room for Kemp either though. Kemp having to settle for third still just at the minute. No room in this tight track, it has to be said. Overtaking here isn't very easy at the best of times, especially not when you're challenging for podium positions. This is Kramer. Oh, in the wall. He's got it locked up. He's still got it locked up. In the wall he goes again. And he went on to retire from the race just 1 corner later. So back with the Reed and Steele battle. Reed still trying to find a way through. Right up the rear wing of the Audi there. He's not going to come through on this chicane, is he? No, he's not. Backs way out of it. Made more contact with the wall as well. Can he have a run into the roundabout? He's close, but there's no room there, as Kramer found out last year when he ran into the side of AJ. Whilst trying to make a move there, Reed a bit of contact on the outside wall. Coming back down into turn 1 a couple of laps later then. Darts left, darts right. Is he going to try the outside line this time? Will he get it slowed down? Both of them locking the brakes ever so slightly. It's Reed looking to make a move here, but he's not close enough. And I don't think he'll get it done into turn 2 because of that. Putting the power down a bit too early there. Car got away from him. Rear end of the car. Back into the chicane. Still no way through for Reed. He'll be looking to try and get past Steele as quick as he can, because he's losing quite a bit of time compared to his teammate at the minute. And into the roundabout. Oh, he spun it. Reed has gone and spun in the roundabout. Let's let Jones back through. Will Reed lose another place? I think Jurasek's back there behind him. No, Reed doesn't lose another place then. Ovi a bit wide in turn 1. He almost runs into that outside wall on the exit. Can Kemp capitalise from that? Ovi deep into turn 2 as well. Brakes all locked up. Kemp looks like he could be the faster of the two at the minute, but there's just no way through for him just yet. What can he do coming onto the roundabout and down to the hairpin? Too far back for a move in this area of the track. He's going to have to try and get a good exit out of here so that he can slip it down the inside coming into the hairpin, but no, he doesn't. Sees Matt by coming onto the roundabout, making contact with that outside wall. Tricky corner if you do make a mistake there, because you're going straight to the scene of the accident. Back with Kemp and Ovi then. Kemp trying the outside line yet again. Ooh, Ovi coming across to defend. Ovi contact with the outside wall on turn 1. Is he going to give Kemp the place now? Surely, as we come into turn 2. No, Kemp somehow makes it side by side through there. Kemp not picking up the position though. And he can't do anything for turn 3 either. How much longer is Kemp going to be behind Ovi? Coming back to turn 1 again. Still no chance for him to make a move. Kemp does seem to get a better run out of turn 1, but he just can't do anything with it on the short run down into turn 2. And then he's obviously compromised for the run into turn 3 and loses the momentum that he had on Ovi. Seems Steele and Andrew. Oh, Steele! Wow! Steele hits that inside wall. Jones hits Steele. Steele's going to be facing the wrong way at the roundabout here, which is not the ideal place to be turning around because there really is not a lot of room on this track to do that. Jurasek's going to go through. So that's one place lost for Steele then. Tries to spin it round, almost gets the job done. Ellis is about to come through to lap him. Waits for Ellis to go through, and Steele recovers to the track eventually. It's probably cost him a good amount of time, and Kemp and Ovi aren't too far behind. Look, Kemp's still trying to get third from Ovi. Could Steele give him the opportunity he's been waiting for. Ovi a bit deep into the hairpin there. Whoa, Ovi almost spinning it on the exit as well, getting that power down way too early. Looks like Steele is leaving a trail of smoke behind him. I don't think its brakes locked either. Not on board with Ovi, that's Steele in front of us, and yeah, Steele looks like he's overheated the engine or something whilst he was turning around, because that's a lot of smoke pouring out the back of that thing, and Steele's in the wall on the inside. Ovi's through, Kemp's through, Steele goes down a lap on these two, and Kemp is still stuck in third behind Ovi without any sort of way to get through just yet. Ovi doing a good job of defending that second place whilst Ellis streaks ahead into the lead at the minute. Kemp could have had second place at a few points during this battle with Ovi, but he's still not managed it yet. Can he manage it this time? No, he's too far back for turn 1 here. Although, once again, no, Kemp has got a much better exit out of turn 1, but he will not find any way through into turn 2. It's such a short run, and he's just not far enough alongside Ovi to even attempt the move. He has a look into turn 3, but it's not going to be anything coming out of it. For now, all Kemp can do is just sit back and hope Ovi makes a mistake of some kind, or pits, or something along those lines, because Kemp is losing quite a bit of time. Oh, let's give him a chance coming into the hairpin, because Ovi was wider coming off the roundabout. Ovi takes the inside line. Can Kemp do anything on the outside line? I don't think he will. No, he doesn't. And back up to the final corner we come. Kemp still not found a way through, almost running in the back of Ovi and pits as well. So Kemp pits from third place to try and find some free air. We've got Jurasek now. He's just moving over to let the leader go through, which is Ellis at the minute. Jurasek just coming onto the roundabout. Oh, the Jurasek goes round and into the wall, loses the front splitter, and that takes him out of the race. The Sim steals up the brakes up coming into turns 3 and 4. Contact with that outside wall there. One of the, I was going to say it's one of the Sega's gone straight on. Obviously it'll be Jones, because Kramer has retired already. That's down at turn 1. Quite a few drivers struggling with that turn today. Kemp, after his pit stop, has found himself up behind Matt By. this is for position, of course. Matt by kind of taking the middle of the track, not giving Kemp many options to make a move. Although Kemp's got a good... oh no, I thought Kemp could have had the overlap on by there as they came into the final chicane. On board with Andrew Jones again then. Oh no, he spun it in that final turn, and that is a very bad place to do that because there is no room at all to turn this around. That'll have to be a 3 or 4 point turn, if not more, to get that thing going in a straight line again. You can see he's trying. Running into every wall he can in the process. Looks like this is probably getting on for a 10 point turn, and there we go, we're finally back underway. Nigel Lee's got the brakes locked up in turn 1, and in the wall he goes as well. That's the end of Nigel Lee's race, his first retirement of the season. Reed, his teammate's going to follow him in. Reed manages to keep it out the wall then and get the car going back in the right direction. On board with Matt By as he comes into the pit lane at the very end of the race. This was a scheduled stop, but unfortunately they had to repair a minute's worth of damage and ended up losing the place to James Reed, who just goes through now as Matt By is still sat in his garage. On board with Ovi, got Ellis up ahead of us. Ovi is closed right up, and I do believe Ellis could well be letting Ovi go through to pick up some extra points in the championship to get ahead of Larson, or stay ahead of Larson, because of course they've got the drop points to contend with now that we're getting down to the back end of this season 2. But it was Ellis, Ovi and Ellis coming home to take first and second, and the Constructors Championship for Audi Sport Team RLD. Kemp managed to hold on to third in the end. Reed made a good recovery drive and brought the car home in fourth. Sim Steele took fifth, managing to get past By after his late pit stop. Matt By was sixth, and the last car running was Andrew Jones in seventh. Nigel Lee picked up points for eighth, but did retire of course in the end. So there's just 4 points between Ellis and Ovi in the driver standings. Larson is starting to slip back a bit, and of course RLD, as I mentioned, have clinched the Constructors Championship, and 5v5 Racing have now got themselves ahead of Vader Trophy Racing in the standings. Next race is at Velo Park.